The Pixel foldable phone seems to be a real device poised to launch in 2022, but the latest information is a little disappointing. Hi, welcome to Zgadgetreview. Google just launched two phones, the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro, devices that seem to tick all the boxes that people have been looking for on a Google phone for a long time now. These devices seem to be very, very successful so far. And of course, there has been rumors that Google is going to follow that up with a foldable phone. And it makes sense. Right now, the pretty much only company that has the market corner on foldable devices is Samsung. And I know there's other Chinese and Taiwanese companies that have their foldable phones, but they don't sell like Samsung's phones do. So I don't really count them in this equation. We have seen mock-ups of what the device might look like. We have some information on what the specs are expected for the device. And everything that we have heard so far points towards another premium device that is going to just continue growing that Pixel 6 lineup. I'm assuming that it will be like the Pixel 6 Fold or something along those lines. That was the assumption because, a company that is trying to make the devices premium and take over the market, especially that space that LG has left behind, that they will come with competitive devices a la Pixel 6, a Pixel 6 Pro, when it comes to foldable phones as well. Well, as always, Google does things that sometimes make absolutely no sense. And this is one of those cases where there is new information on the Pixel Fold phone, whatever the name might be for it, that point to the device using older cameras instead of the newer cameras that they put on the new Pixel 6 phones. 9to5 Google went to work and decided to dig into the code of the latest camera app from Google. There they found new information that shows the type of sensor that the upcoming Pixel Fold device is going to use. The information that they found is under the code name Pipit or Pipit. It's a P-I-P-I-T. Pipit or Pipit. I'm not sure how to say that. That phone was codenamed Passport before, so this technically will be a new code name. So the information that has been uncovered on this sensor is the older version of the device that was used on the Pixel 5. It's a 12.2 megapixel IMX363 sensor, which is not the sensor that the Pixel 6 devices have. The Pixel 6 devices have the 50 megapixel Samsung GN1 sensor. So there's that discrepancy. It looks like you're going to get a downgrade when it comes to the camera on those phones. And well, not those phones, but the foldable phone. And that's not the only downgrade. That will be the main sensor in the back of the device. It looks like the phone is also going to have two other sensors for selfie cameras. One that is going to be on the front of the device when it's closed, and then another one when you open the device, you're going to have one punch hole camera inside the device. And that is going to be the 8 megapixel IMX355 sensor, which again is a downgrade from the sensors on the other phones. And there are different renders, right? We have the renders of a video that I made before. There's newer renders also that show the device when it's closed, that the screen is going to be more akin to the Galaxy Z Fold 1, the first generation of the Galaxy Z Fold that was kind of like a skinny screen. It wasn't completely the size of a regular phone. They, of course, changed that later on because it was a stupid choice when it came to the design of a foldable phone. Like, who thought of that to begin with? And it doesn't make sense. The more recent announced Android 12L. Android 12L, which I made a video on it, which you can see here or in the description section, is going to be the new features for foldable devices that is going to start rolling out sometime next year. So it will make sense that Google or Android 12L, not Google, but Android 12L will come out to showcase exactly what a foldable device can do under the Android umbrella. Now, why will they be giving us downgraded specs per se? One, because of how long it takes to build these devices. If these devices were starting to be built sometime last year and spec'd out last year, then it will make sense that they will have lower, older specs. The other thing could be that because we're not going to have a Pixel 6a version of devices, that somehow Google might be using the foldable device as a cheaper device per se when it comes to foldable phones in order to compete with the premium Galaxy Z Fold. As we know, one of the big surprises with the Pixel 6 was the pricing, right? That the way that Google undercutted the competition when it came to the Pixel 6 Pro and all the specs that it has, and offering for such a low price compared to Samsung and Apple. It wouldn't be crazy to think that Google will come out with a Pixel foldable phone that can compete with Samsung at a lower price. And in order to do that, you will have to spec it at a cheaper level. So could it be that you could have a, I don't know, $1,200 Pixel Fold phone that, yeah, it's not crazy spec, it doesn't have, 50 megapixel sensors and all these things, but it has enough that the average consumer that has been pining for a foldable phone can go and say, hey, that actually doesn't sound too bad. Yeah, the cameras are not perfect, but everything else in it is good. So I'm willing to pay $1,200 to get my hands on a foldable phone for the first time versus paying $1,800, $1,900 to Samsung for their premium top of the line foldable phone. That could be the other approach that they're doing. This could be the way that Google goes into the foldable market and undercuts Samsung that way. That could be the strategy there. I don't know. So that's one of my theories. My other theory, as I said earlier, which is the one that I'm going to lean more towards, is the phone was spec'd out a long time ago, that being about a year or 2 years ago. And these are the pieces that were chosen for the device when it was spec'd out to be built. And so now they cannot go and change the specs on the phone at the last minute to put all these upgraded things, because now you have the housing that's been created specifically for these camera sensors and everything else is going to be in the phone. So it's kind of like, either we cancel what we've been working on and then we, kick it all the way to beginning of 2023, late 2022, or do we come out with a lower tier device that can compete with Samsung and then we can slide into the foldable market that way. We can expect that, as I said on the previous video, early 2022, we'll get some more information on what's happening with this Pixel Fold phone. What do you think is happening here with the Pixel Fold? Do you think that Google's strategy is, hey, we can come in cheaper and undercut Samsung, or hey, we spec'd out this a while ago and we cannot make changes on the device, so it's going to be what it is? Let me know in the comment section. Also, let me know, why would you want from a Pixel foldable phone? What will make you actually put money on a Pixel foldable phone if you could design it yourself? Let me know in the comment section. I will really like to know. That is it for me. Go ahead and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Go ahead and hit the bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos. Thank you very much for watching.